Hello there, it's Coach Callum here, back with a brand new episode of Raising the Standard, where I am manager of Hamburg in Germany. If you've been keeping up with the series, you will know that in the last episode, which was episode 6, we got ourselves promoted in second position. To be honest, we probably should have won the league. Sort of patchy runs of form throughout the season have kind of cost us. So that's what the focus of today's episode is going to be, is having a look at the season overall, having a look at what players have performed, and looking at what the squad might look like going into this summer as we look to build a team capable of keeping us in the Bundesliga. That's what the board want, is for us to avoid relegation. I think we can do that. There is going to be a big turnaround of players, but we'll dive into that. But let's start off with the league table then. So you can see that we did finish in second place, 2 points clear of Hanover and 4 clear of St. Pauli in the end. Hertha Berlin did win the league by a single point. Some games did really hurt us this season, including our away form. As you can see there, 8 of our 9 league losses came away from home. And even in our draws, 3 other matches came in draws as well. So, you know, we've not won a lot away from home this season, and that has cost us ultimately. I mean, if you look into the season in general, let's have a look here. Slide that over just now. Things started well. Beat Schalke 2-0. We beat Karlsruhe 5-2. We were put out of the cup in the first round, but it meant I thought, you know what, we can just focus now on the league campaign for the rest of the season. Things were still looking good. 3-0 against Hertha Berlin, 3-0 against Hanover, and 3-0 against Hansa Rostock. At this stage, I'm thinking we're going to fly through the league here. Then we lose to Elversberg, but we pick things back up with a draw against Osnabrück, a win over Dusseldorf, Wiesbaden, Greuther Fürth, Kaiserslautern and Magdeburg. So again, at this point, we're starting to actually edge clear in the league. And I'm thinking, things are going extremely well. We're into November at this point, and we beat Magdeburg. We lost. This is where the patchy form starts, as you'll see. Lots of greens and reds, and not necessarily together, all spread out and making it very agitating as a manager to watch. So win against Magdeburg, lost to Holstein Kiel, won again, then lost, won again, lost, win, loss, win, loss, win, draw, win, draw. This is where things get better again in March. So we don't lose again till our final 2 games of the season. But we did have, 4 draws, but it was, 5 wins there. So things were fine. This is probably what pulled us into the automatic promotion, like to remain in the automatic promotion places. And still, going into those final 2 games of the season, we were probably still favourites to win the league. We've lost to Paderborn for stupid defending, which has to be addressed in the summer. And then we've lost in the last day of the season to Nuremberg as well, which has lost us the league title ultimately. I mean, it's still a successful season because we've been promoted, but I'm not overall happy with a lot of the team, and I think there has to be a big turnaround. The frustrating thing is that we've been given a transfer budget of under 3 million. Our wage has definitely increased a lot. I mean, we've got nearly 100k there to play with. Lots of players are still going to be end of contract, end of loan, so I think that's probably going to double, and we're going to have a lot of money to play with. Probably not many permanent signings. Players will be leaving, but it's not necessarily going to be for a lot of money, so we do need to take that into account as well. We've got this boy coming in that I've talked about in a previous episode, Daniel Nomov. So he's going to be coming in and competing straight away with Hur Fernandez in goal. Um, I mean, you can see the size of the squad. I've pulled the players into the first team that are out on loan that would come back in and basically be too old for the under 19s, and we'd be looking to sell them on. So guys like this, maybe get a little bit of money for him. Bit of money for Hare as well. Miko Brent says he'll go back out on loan. We'll sell Zumberry. We'll sell Jonas David. we're probably not going to be able to keep any of our loan players because more often than not on Football Manager, when you try and sign a player on loan that you've already had on loan, they say they want to give them a change of scenery, basically. So we'd have to be signing players permanently. We could get Pareba. He's 1.3 million. He's probably the most likely player to sign. Um, I would love to keep Gruber because I think he has been good at this level. I'm not sure if he's going to be that good as we jump up to the Bundesliga, so I'm not really willing to raise funds to sign him for 3.1 million. I think we could probably replace him with a better player. But he has been really good, and he's probably up there as one of our star performers of the season. You know, when you're talking players of the year, I mean, he's up there with Van der Bremt for player of the year, Laszlo Benez, but he was a bit hit or miss throughout the season. So he had a really good first half of the season, and then things just really did fall apart in the second half of the season. You can see there even his form. Look at that, 6.48 in his last 5 games in the season. He's not been great. He wants a new contract. He wants out of the club. I don't know what he wants, but he's just not been ideal. Ludovic Rees, cracking player. He wants a new contract, about double of what he's getting just now. I probably will pay him that, because I think he is a really good player, and I think he's definitely capable of remaining in the starting 11 for the Bundesliga. So I'm expecting. I'm probably just going to lock him in. Actually, to be honest, I have. I've only locked in 4 players really into the team that I feel that going into next season we don't need to replace. But that's only 4 players. We've got a lot of players that are going to need to go out. We need a new starting right back. We need a new defensive duo that are actually going to be able to defend. We need a new attacking four because as much as Glatzel started well and he's still a good enough player, I just don't think he's got enough in him to score enough goals to keep us in the Bundesliga. A return of 10 was not great, especially when 5 of them were in the first 3 league games of the season. So, you know, not ideal. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a big squad. We will be looking to these two will be leaving on loan. We'll keep Tomiak for now, but he's not amazing. We'll probably sell Sconlaw. We'll keep Suarez. We'll keep Oliveira around. He's probably young player of the year. He's been really good. I like him. Good talent. Can play on both sides comfortably as well. Then we have our midfield duo of Reese and Benez. I think that would only change if Benez leaves the club. Hopefully he'll be happier now that we're playing back in the Bundesliga. He's still got a further year on his contract anyway, so we'll get him happy again. We'll get him re-signed. Should be fine. Jonas Meffert, this is a player who wants double his wages, more than double his wages actually. He wants over 30 grand. He's 29 years old. The start of the season, like when the season's not long started, he's going to be 30. Um, I think we probably will sell him, to be honest. We're not going to get loads of money for him, but we probably will sell him. So maybe not, and if not, he'll still be around. Pareba, we might put in an offer for him for 1.3. Suhonen, he's going to leave. Gruber's unfortunately going to leave. Ferre's going to stay around now. He was definitely a player when the first half of the season. I thought I don't want him. But no, he's been good actually, especially when we've changed the formation to have the attacking midfielder in. This seems to be a position that really fits him well. And he had a good second half of the season, and I think that's kept him in the squad for next season. Yeah, so we got Okugawa. He's good. We could sign him, but he was very injury prone. He only managed 22 appearances, so we'll likely just let his loan expire. Oz Tonali, we're going to look to sell him. Konigsdorfer, we're going to keep him. I liked him. He had a decent enough season. I think he's got potential to grow into quite a good player. There was interest in him last summer though, so that might happen again and depending on how much is offered, every player does have a price. Then we're into Bakary Diatta, very hit or miss player. He's going to stay, but likely not a starter because I don't depend on him really. But he'll still be here. Udrago, he'll go back to Schalke. Although now that they've stayed down in the Bundesliga, I don't think I can probably pay for him, but somebody else might sign him and then loan him out, and we might be able to get him back on loan. That would be good because he was really good. Andres Nemeth, when he comes back from his loan, we're actually going to keep him in the squad for next season, I think. Roger Marty, we're not going to do anything with him. Very disappointing. Big mistake by myself. It was hands up. Did not do well there. And then Robert Glatzel, who will either sell. There was a bit of interest from Saudi clubs in January, so we might sell him. We might not. Um, but I don't see him starting, so he might get sold given he's 30 and we could still get a decent bit of money. If we got money like that, I mean, it would mean that we would be able to actually sign a couple of players on permanent deals because I'm thinking at the moment we need all of this plus some subs. You know, once all these loan players leave and once we sell guys like David and Haier and Zuberi, Johansson, Matteo Rab, he's probably going to get sold on once Normov comes in. So we're going to be left with needing, I've kind of worked out roughly kind of 10 players to make this, to beef out the squad. So there's a lot to do and a lot of money to spend, but there's lots in wages. So I think we'll probably look to bring in, say, 5 players on loan like we did this season. I don't like always doing that, but I think in this situation, it's something that we probably just are going to have to do. And maybe a couple of couple of players in on free transfers as well. So we've got a big shortlist for me to work through. I need to go away and do that just now. And then when you're back with me in the next episode, we'll cover what's happened in pre-season, how we've filled out the team, what players we've brought in, what players have been moved on, what the expectations are for the Bundesliga. I know the board only want us to avoid relegation, but let's see what sort of squad we can build. And from there, maybe it's a top half finish instead, or even better. But let's see what happens first. But we'll be back in the next episode. We'll cover all that, and then we might even get the first game of the season played as well. We'll just see how things go. But if you've liked today's episode, please do like and subscribe to the channel. It is still in its very early days and finding my feet and really enjoying it and just wanting to connect with as many people on here as possible. And if you want as well any questions, please do comment. I'm always happy to answer. But other than that, I'll see you later on in the week when it's ready for the start of our season in the Bundesliga. Thanks for watching.